Hello traders, Joseph here again. Welcome to another edition of my weekly video. For those of you that are watching this video for the first time, I want to welcome you and thank you so much for tuning in. Just to kind of give you an idea of what I do here, this is a video that I usually put out every weekend where I show you guys a few trade setups as we head into the following week of trading in the forex market. Sometimes I put an educational video, which in today's case is going to be an educational video where I show you guys how to correctly trade advanced pattern and also how to manage your position. I'm also going to show you guys how important record keeping is to your psychology of trading, and also going to show you guys how we've been literally killing it in the markets with my signal service members in the last couple weeks or so. Anyway, so let's head over to the charts. So for you to be able to understand what I'm going to show you now, you should really know what an advanced pattern is, or the different types of advanced patterns, the rules that make up all different types of advanced pattern, and also which direction you expect the market to move in once a certain advanced pattern is completed. I think I've already made videos on all of that. So today's video is just about how you enter a trade, how you manage your targets, the position size you should use, and also a bit about money management, and like I said, record keeping as well. So basically, once you spot a potential advanced pattern, so I'm gonna try and go through this a little bit quicker than normal. So once you spot a potential advanced pattern, like right now I'm looking at the euro dollar on the 1 hour time frame, and I can see a potential cipher pattern. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and draw out the pattern for you guys. It's a bullish cipher. So we got X to A leg, got a retracement A to B leg, got B to C leg, the C leg being the 127 extension or 141 extension of the X to A leg. So we expect the cipher pattern to complete somewhere. Actually, I need to bring in my Fibonacci and check, but it should be somewhere down there. We're looking at the cipher pattern to complete at the 786 retracement of the X to C leg. So X to C leg, so you can see right there coming in just a little bit higher. So we have a potential cipher pattern that it's going to complete right around 109.31. Just make that blue. So once you're able to spot a potential advanced pattern, guys, the next thing obviously to do is, obviously there's two different ways you can place an entry. You can either place a pending order, or you can wait for the market to get there and you can place a market order. And usually when you wait for the market to get to your entry point, you should really be looking at confirmatory signals. Otherwise, there's no reason why you shouldn't place a pending order as the market, as you wait for the market to complete the pattern. So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna show you. Oops, just wait a second. I'm gonna show you guys. For those of you who don't have the luxury of having a broker that gives you the option to place. To close half of a position at a certain price automatically, there's also another way that you can do it, because I've had so many questions from people saying, oh, so how do I open up? Do I open one position or do I open two positions? Because with advanced patterns, we know we've got two different targets that we aim for on an advanced pattern, and that can be tricky if you don't have if your broker doesn't let you do that. If the broker doesn't let you close a position automatically at a certain price while you wait for the other half of the position to reach your target, then it can be a little tricky. So I'm going to show you guys the way to do that. So the first way, obviously, that's the normal way. For those of you that do have the luxury of being able to close half of your position at a certain price automatically. So the first thing I'm going to do is let me just draw out where my targets should be. With the cipher pattern, we're looking to take our targets. The first target at 382 retracement of the C to D leg. So with the cipher pattern, we'll be looking to take our first target here, and the second target, which is going to be an extending target, all the way at the 618 retracement. So let me just put a price label there. So now if you do have the luxury of being able to close half up of your position, this is what you would just put the stop loss, and as always the stop loss usually go below X, and this is usually the way I do it, with 1-to-1 ratio on my first target. Of course there's different ways of doing it. You can use 280 or you can use a Fibonacci extension of us, as long as it goes below X, and you sort of leave room for error, then you should really be fine. But it all depends on you have to backtest the method really. That's why I would suggest you have to backtest the method and find a method that you're comfortable with, and then you trade it. So for those of you who don't have the luxury of being able to close half of your position, then you can open 2 separate positions, and I'm gonna get onto the money management bit in a second. So you can open 2 positions. Actually I can still use green for that one. Yeah, the stop loss is obviously gonna be the same. So opening 2 positions means you're gonna have 2 separate stop loss. Let's go put that one there as well. So this is where obviously guys, you know how important it is to have a very good, like in terms of money management, you need to know the position size that you're going to be using. Obviously for those of you that are already members of my signal service, you don't really have that problem, because I've already given you a money management sheet that is going to tell you, that's going to guide you. Obviously you don't have to follow that, but if you do follow that, this is going to apply to you. So let's say for example, I'm going to use a 10,000 pounds account, for example. So if you have a 10,000 pounds account, obviously if you follow the money management sheet that I give to my members, you would be using a 2 million lot position. It's going to be a fixed position for every single, the position size doesn't change. It's going to be 2 million lot position for every trade that you take. So what it means there, using a 2 million lot position simply means that for every pip, it's £2. It's £2 a pip. And obviously with the way I trade with my advanced patterns, I will never send you a signal service, a trade signal that's going to have more than 100 pip as your stop loss. So if you have a trade, the maximum stop loss is going to be 100 pip. So if you're using a 2 million lot position, so what it means that the maximum you can lose on a trade is £200, which is equivalent to 2% of a 10,000 pounds account. But obviously that's not going to be the same. That's not going to be the case in all the trades that you take, because some of the trades are going to have a stop loss of 50 pips or 60 pips or 40 pips. But at the end of the day, I know that's the maximum you can lose, and that's a very good way of managing, having a good money management plan. So if you're using a 2 million lot position size for a 10,000 pounds account, so obviously if you're using this method, then you don't really need to have a course. All you have to do is just open up. You're gonna set a pending order of 2 million lots. So once this market comes back down to your entry point and triggers your entry, what happens is once you get a reversal hitting your first target, you can automatically close half of the position. So what it means, you're gonna close half of that position, and you're only gonna have 1 million lot running all the way to your target 2. And obviously you're going to move your stop loss to break even once the first target has been hit. You're going to move your stop loss to break even. But if you do not, however, have that luxury of closing half of your position automatically, you can open 2 separate positions. But even if you open 2, it doesn't mean that you're going to open two 2 million lots position. Actually that sounds weird, but yeah, it doesn't mean. What you have to do is you're going to split the positions into 2. So instead of opening 2 million lot position here and 2 million lot position here, you're going to open 1 million lot position and 1 million lot position. So I hope that that clarifies a lot of things. So obviously with that, because if you do that, then it's exactly the same as what you're doing here. I think there's actually some has been some people that sent me a message regarding some of the results that I showed you based on my signal service. I think on that signal service I used I only put the result on the split positions, which obviously it's a mistake on my part. So I've rectified that, and obviously I'm going to show you what the result has been like in a minute. But first of all, let me reflect. Let me just take you back to how it's been in terms of the trades that we've taken in the last 2 weeks. and how we've been literally like killing the markets. So the first thing I'm gonna go over to is the first trade signals that I sent out. If I think I sent this out probably 2 weeks ago. So and this is actually no, actually I'm gonna start with this one. I'm gonna start with the cipher pattern on the US dollar against Canadian dollar. So this is the cipher pattern, the one I sent out, the earliest one I sent out. And so let me just kind of go over to the chart and show you guys what happened in that one. US dollar Canada. It was on a 30-minute time frame. So this was the trade. So as you can see, obviously I sent out this trade way before the market even, like I said, that's the beauty of advanced pattern. Like, you can once you know where the entry point is going to be, once you make your predictions, you don't really have to change anything. All you have to do is just place your pending orders and just wait. If the market gets there, you're going to be in a trade. If it doesn't get there, if it ends up going, breaking below, the C point and going beyond the 1-for-1 extension, then the pattern has been invalidated. Then you can cancel it. But really, so what happens after I sent out this, our order got triggered, and then, well, this was actually a very, very, I think all the time we've just been in red, because as you can see, that as order was triggered, the market just went above and it kind of came into a little bit of consolidation. It went on for probably a day or two, and then finally we got rolled over, hitting our first target and second target. And in this case, obviously, so let me just show you the example of what I've been talking about. So we had our first target at 32.78, our entry point at 33.47. So that's about 62 pips on the first target. So because it's 62 pips on the first target, I think what the results I've been putting out is really like you're gonna see 62 pips on the first target, but obviously it should really be half of that position because you're closing half of the position, so it should really be 32 pips. In a minute we're gonna get to the result sheet so that I can show you guys what I mean by that. So anyway, moving on to the next trade. The next one was the euro against the pound. It was a bearish Gartley on a 4-hour chart, and this was actually, so let me just bring on the euro pound chart. I'll switch it over to the 4-hour chart. So as you can see, just reflecting back on the trade, so yeah, we put out this trade probably around 35 pips before the order was actually triggered. And when we finally got triggered, it was virtually a painless trade. The market came on, triggered our order, and then it reversed. But we only hit our first target. We didn't hit our second target. So we hit our first target. We moved our stop loss to break even. So our second target has been closed at break even. So we booked 94 pips on our first target. As you can, we had our entry at 78.98 and took our profit at 78.04. So we booked 98 pips on the first target, but it should be only what should that be? 47 pips should be recorded on the results sheet, and I'm going to show you that in a minute as well. So I'm moving on to the next trade. So in the second target obviously getting recorded at 0 because it was closed at break even. So we're moving on to the next one. I think the next trade, this was the Aussie dollar against the Canadian dollar, which was it was a bullish Gartley on a 30-minute chart. So let me bring up the 30-minute Aussie dollar. I think this was another trade that we only hit our first target, we didn't hit our second target. Yeah, so this was the trade. Yeah, this trade actually sent it quite late. I mean, I sent it when the market was actually at the entry point. So yeah, so we got our order triggered. We came very close to hitting our stop loss, but then the market reversed, hitting our first target, and then our second target closed at break even. I think we only took about 45 pips on the first target on this one, so it should be about 22 pips recorded on the results. So let me move on to the second to the last trade. I'm getting to the the higher time frames trade right now. So this is the US dollar against the Japanese yen, and it was on a 4-hour chart as well. So let me just bring up the chart. So as you can see, posting this probably like 30-40 pips before the order was actually triggered. And so let me go over to the chart and show you guys what happened. I think this trade is still open. We did hit our first target. Okay, what's going on here? Something is wrong. Why is this not? 4 hours. Well, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but anyway, this is the US dollar against the Japanese yen trade. Obviously this was a very, I mean, we actually came within 6 pips of our stop loss. So we had our stop loss at 110.60. So the market came to 110.66. So just 6 pips within before hitting our stop loss, and then it reversed, hitting our first target for about 120 pips. And again, only 60 pips should be recorded in the results. So we're still waiting for a second target on this trade. As you can see, we're still waiting for the second target. We'll see if we hit that one. So the final trade is the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. This is actually going to go down as one of my best trades of the year. I mean, if we hit our second target, we've already hit our first target, but this is going to go down as one of my best trades of the year. So let me go over to the daily chart. Yeah, so I posted this trade. I think I did post this trade on my TradingView profile as well, and it was a bearish garlic pattern on the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen daily chart. And so we've hit our first target. It was virtually a painless trade as well, because the market came in, triggered our order, and reversed, hitting our first target for 195 pips. Yeah, that's right. I said 195 pips, hitting our first target. We're still waiting for a second target. Our second target is around about over 300 pips. I don't know how much it's by, about 320 pips. So we hit our first target for 195 pips. But then again, how many pips should be recorded in the results if you're using 2 minute lots per position? Because only half of the position has been closed. So 195 pips, about 97 pips or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, back to the results. Let me go over to results and show you guys. So I've rectified, I've changed everything into to sort of unify everything in terms of, like, what the after the first profit, the first target has been closed, the position should be halved. So looking at the results again, I'm going to show you just a glance. It's been we started at the second week of February. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 1 4, yeah. So 7 weeks now into trading, and guys, you can see how the results has been. I mean, obviously first week, we had it was a very good day. Two trades, 2 winners, 158 pips. And the second week, we gave a little back. We were down about 26 pips, and then we made that back in the following week. And then we made a little gain in the week that followed, 17 pips, and then we made a little bit, 65 pips, and then this is the week that just opened. This is all the trades that I just showed you guys. Remember the New Zealand dollar trade that we booked 190 something pips on our first target? That's the first target done. We're still waiting for a second target there. The US dollar against Japanese yen, we booked 120 pips on the first target. That's 60 pips done. And as you can see, the pound, the euro pound, 94 pips on the first target. Our second target was closed at break even. So as you can see, this is like so far 310 pips in the previous week. So obviously these positions haven't closed yet. So we're gonna have to wait and see what it's gonna be. But so this week hasn't been that good actually, because there hasn't been any trade basically, because we had a few trade setups and we had to cancel one of the orders because the pattern has been invalidated. But yeah, we're still waiting on 3 other. I think the euro pound trade has been invalidated as well. I'm gonna check that. But yeah, this week has been virtually, there hasn't been any activity. So yeah, we're probably gonna end this week not taking any trades. But yeah, let's try and look at the breakdown of the results, guys. Actually, let me show you guys the equity curve first of all. So you can, if you look at this equity for like, so all this, the first 5 weeks that hasn't, we didn't take any trades. I didn't start my trading, my signal service then. I started on the 6th week of the year, and guys, look at the progress. I mean, if you looking at this equity curve at a glance, what you can notice is, if you remember what I said earlier about, you know, using a fixed position size. So if you've been on my signal service, let me just show you guys what you would have had, what your result should be if you had been with me from the start. So if you had been with me from the start, and if you've taken every trade that I've sent out, and if you've strictly followed the money management plan, this is what you're right now, and regardless of what your account size is, you should be up 11%, 550 to 553 pips. So using that same analogy of using a fixed position size, using 2 million position size on a £10,000 account, where it's £2 a point, so 553 pips, you would have been up 11% on your account, and it doesn't matter. So regardless, even if you had started with £2,000, you would have been up 11%. So if you started with £10,000, 11%, that's about £1,100 in the last 6-7 weeks. And this, guys, this is as good as it's ever gonna get. I mean, if you know trading, then this is really like, you can't. I'm not gonna say you can't do better than that, because it's not over yet. I mean, there's a long way to go. We're only in March, so we've still got a long way to go. But if you look at these results, guys, if you realize, if you know what trading is, you are gonna know how remarkable this is. I mean, we've gone through 7 weeks. We've only had a single week where we didn't make money. There's a single week where and even that, it's only 26 pips. So looking at the breakdown of the result, 30 trades have been taken. Wins, we've won 17 trades, lost 13 trades. Total of 1,000 pips from the position. Total profits, total loss of 521 pips, giving us a net profit of 553 pips. Average pips per position, 63 pips. Average loss, 40 pips. Profit factor 2.1, winning percentage of 56%. I remember I said to you, I think 2 weeks ago we're down about 48%. I remember I said to you guys that towards the end of the year, I expect this winning percentage to be close to around 60%. So we're not seeing that rise in that winning percentage simply because of the week that we had. I mean, 5 straight winners in a row, and we're talking about massive winners. So look at like I said, it's advanced pattern. So we're all above 50% winning ratio with all our patterns now. Cipher pattern up on 64%, Gartley pattern 53%, bad pattern 50%. But this is really, if you haven't taken anything out of this is what I want you guys to focus on. I'm gonna use 3 different the 3 different numbers that I'm gonna use to show you guys the magnitude of what you can expect. So I'm gonna use this thing, the average profit, the average loss, and the winning percentage. So this is why record keeping is important. I'm just gonna use these 3 numbers to show you guys how you can just look at your records at a glance and know what to expect towards the end of the year, and how you can use this as a powerful, psychology. This is going to help you, if, in terms of, having the psychology to deal with losing streaks and stuff like that. So let's look at this over. We're going to focus on the average profit, which is about 63, average loss 40, and the winning percentage of 50. So let's go over to the chart, and I'm going to try and, I'm going to have to use a different. So let's go have a clean space. So we're going to start with, so let's say based on what the results have been, like I said, 30 trades. Hopefully by the end of the year I would be expecting to take at least maybe 300, in the region of 300 trades, because if we're averaging 5 trades a week, that's going to be about 20-25 trades a month, 250, yeah, about 300 trades for a whole year. So let's say we're going to take 300 trades. At the end of the year, we're going to have that's the result you're going to see here is around about 300 trades. So if you have 300 trades, and we have a, so let's say a winning percentage. Currently we're at 55%, 56% currently. That's the winning percentage. But I'm going to use 3 different winning. I'm going to show you guys what the winning percentage would be like if you had what the returns is going to be like if you had a winning percentage of 55%. If we had a winning percentage of 55%, 50%, or 45%, I'm going to show you guys. So the first, I'm going to start with 45%. So if you have a winning percentage of 45%, and we're going to take 300 trades a year, right? So if we take 300 trades a year, if we win 45% of our trades, it means we're going to win 135 trades out of 300. So if we win 135 trades out of 300, making an average profit of 63 pips, an average loss of 40 pips. So average profit of 63 pips. We win 135 trades, that is 63. So we're going to have a net profit of total profit of 8505 pips. And if we lose 55%, if we lose 165 trades, 165 per 135, that's 300 trades, and with an average loss of 40 pips per trade. That's what our current result is. So this is what we're going to be. We're going to have a total loss of 6,600 pips. So we're going to have a net profit of 1,905 pips. And in terms of percentage, 2 pips, £2 a pip. What's the percentage? The percentage is going to be estimated percentage returns, estimated yearly percentage returns. It's going to be 38%. Yep. This is, guys, having a winning percentage of just 45%. Looking at these results, if our winning percentage was to go down to 45% by the end of the year, we would still end up making 38% returns. Okay, maybe that's for you guys. That doesn't seem like a lot, but trust me, if you know what trading is, then you will know the significance of these numbers. So let's try again. Let's go ahead. If we have a winning percentage of 50%, which is just easy, I'm just going to change the numbers. 50%, what it means that we're going to win 150 of trades and lose 150 trades. So if we win 150 trades, making 63 pips per trade, an average of 63 pips, total pips of 9,450, and we lose 150 trades, losing 40 pips per trade, then have a total loss of 6,000 pips. Gonna give it a net profit of 3,450, an estimated daily returns of 69%. This is just with having a winning percentage of 50%. And again, I repeat, currently we have a winning percentage of 56. So down to the final one. If we have a winning, if our winning percentage stays at 56, so I'm going to actually use 55 instead of 56. If it stays at 55%, means we're going to win 165 trades, making 63 pips per trade. So 165 times 63, total profit of 10,395. Losing 135 trades, losing 40 pips per trade. So 135 times 40, 5,400 pips. That's going to give us a net profit of 4,000. Let's see, 395, 4,995. So 4995. In terms of returns, about 99%. So guys, whichever number you're looking at, I mean personally I would expect us to be round about this. We're gonna end this year round about having around 50%, 50 to 55% winning ratio. So winning returns of round about 60%, which is as good as it can. I mean, if you know what trading is, guys, I mean 60% returns a year, that's an average of 5% returns every month. That's as good as it's ever gonna get. So this is why this numbers is, I mean, that's when you talk about psychology in trading, when you talk about people, after losing a couple trades in a row or 2-3 trades in a row, they start to get panic and whatever. I mean, guys, if you don't keep records, if you don't have something to look at and reflect, it's gonna be, I mean, this is what gives me this gives me a huge confidence, because all I have to do is just look at my results. Look at my winning percentage. What is my winning percentage? I mean, I don't even get panic. I mean, for us to lose money, for you to lose, if you to be on my signal servers and lose money, then we have to have a winning percentage of maybe about 35%. And for me to have a winning percentage of 35% in trading, I have to really suck at being, at being bad. I have to be really good at being bad. That's the way I'm gonna put it. I mean, guys, you've seen my records on TradingView. So it's not, it's all about keeping it simple, man. Advanced pattern is as simple as it's ever gonna get. I mean, obviously, once you know how to spot on it, once you know the rules to trade it, it's all gonna come down to how you're able to, to use technical analysis and find the patterns, find the right patterns. Because I'm actually being very selective in my trading, my trade signals. I don't just send you guys every trade that I see, every pattern that I see. I'm very selective, and that's the only reason why these results have been so good. I'm very selective. And although we're gonna go through weeks where we don't take trades, like this week, there hasn't been any activity at all. But if you look at the previous week we had, I mean, 310 pips. This combines all the previous 4 weeks, all in one. And there's still a potential that we're gonna end up this, if all this position closed at the second target, it could be really, really huge. So yeah, we did take a breather. I mean, this market, this week the market has been virtually not moving. I mean, if you look at some of the currency pairs, just take the euro for example, the euro dollar. I'm gonna delete some of these. So if you look at, this is the euro dollar. This is from the 18th of March. So literally from the start of the week, this is what the market has been doing. There hasn't been anything. It's just been moving sideways, sideways, sideways. There's definitely no opportunity to trade here. And it's the same thing with virtually every single currency pair that I'm going to click on. The New Zealand dollar as well. Look at that. Same movement. Pound. Same movement. Dollar yen. Is that all the currency pairs that I trade? There's just no opportunity for there's no trading opportunity. And these are the situations where, these are the times where you don't have to force anything, because there's no reason that you don't have to do do nothing when you don't have to do absolutely nothing when you don't have to do anything. You don't force anything. So, well, I mean, this is it, guys. I mean, sorry, this video has taken a really it's been quite long. But yeah, so I mean, at the end of every week, I'm gonna come in this, guys, and show you guys, the results of this trade and how the equity curve is gonna. I mean, you're gonna be here and wait and see how it's gonna turn out at the end of the year. I mean, if you're not already on board, then you are missing out. That's all I can say. Do I expect this to continue going the way it's going? No, I don't. I expect some weeks where we're gonna give a little back. It's gonna happen. We are gonna give something back. But again, you have to reflect back on the results. Look at the average pips and the average loss that you're taking on every single position. Look at your winning percentage. Just use that, and you can estimate what it's gonna be. So yeah, guys, yeah, that's it. Anyway, if you still haven't, if you're not on my signal list, I mean the link to the sign up page at the bottom of this page. You can go, and you can even take one of my courses where I personally teach you how to trade the advanced patterns, and also teach you how you can be very selective in the advanced pattern that you trade. And also this link to my trading view page as always. I've stopped posting there for quite a while now. Because I'm using all my trades to for my signal service. So, but the link is still there. You can go and check out all my results. It's there for you to see. Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.